Most organizations today have some way of executing, some process, some way of meeting and getting work done together, but very few have a way to step back from working in their team and work on their team. In other words, to not just look at what work needs to get done and how we execute, but what's the pattern of how we execute? What are the processes involved? What are the roles that we're going to play? Who's going to make which decision? Right? It's really easy to get so caught up just making those decisions that you don't step back to say, how can we more effectively make this decision in the future?
Yeah, governance meeting, the way I look at those is, it's almost like a regular conversation that any team has, like a circle in Holacracy. But this conversation is not so much about what to do today and tomorrow. It's more about what do we expect of each other and how can we make those things explicit? Because most times we just expect things of each other and we never really talk about them.
How we work together, that oftentimes needs a tweak, it needs a change, it needs a rethink that. And so that's what the governance meeting is for, is to help us understand and mature, improve how we work together.
A governance meeting, as I believe it to be in Holacracy, it is essentially a way for the team to organize around the work. In a hierarchy, typically that work is done by a manager, but in Holacracy, where there's, quote, no managers, that work still needs to be done. That's still an activity that still needs to happen, but now it happens by the team itself. And it uses a very structured process in order to work through those issues that come up.
In Holacracy, you see groups making proposals to revise the design of their group and of the broader organization. And they're having these conversations, discussions, and they're making decisions about that in ways that in a typical organization or a hierarchical organization, those decisions are only made at the management and senior management level.
You actually get a lot more information into the system through various sensors collaborating and kind of contributing to the structure versus a single individual or just even a small group of individuals.
Tensions, yeah, that's basically the stuff that drives it, right? Tension is basically something that could be better, something that isn't how it should be, or how we want it to be.
I define attention as the gap that we feel between where we are and where we could be. And whenever we sense something that could be better, it could be a little process that's inefficient, it could be an opportunity. Anytime we sense a gap between what is and what could be, we feel a tension. And I think most people in most organizations are feeling tensions all the time. And that's great. Those are all opportunities to learn and improve the company, if you can do something with them.
Well, tensions happen every day, all the time. In the middle of working, I'm constantly being bombarded by realizing, oh, this could be better, or this could be better. And so I'm writing them down weekly, if not daily.
So, if we do a training together and then there were a few things that I would love to see change for next time, maybe a new version of some materials or maybe materials printing in general, then what I can do is I can show up in the governance meeting and I can propose something. So I come into this space with something that I want to be addressed, fixed, approved, an opportunity, whatever. And the governance process can actually help harvest collective intelligence from the group and create a result for that, so that then you can try that out and maybe have a different take on it next time.
Instead of the big reorganization every few years where you attempt to solve everything that's happening in your organization, Holacracy says, let's do a micro-reorganization in every single team every couple of weeks. And we'll iterate, we'll experiment, we'll adapt, we'll have a learning process. So you shift from an organization that needs giant imposed top-down changes to fix things to one that's just constantly evolving and learning.
And the governance process, where you take a tension and you bring it in to the governance meeting, is a chance to take those tensions and really convert them into learning for the organization.
And so I think, if you can redesign the organization or change the organization such that that information does flow more effectively throughout the organization, then you would expect the organization to make better decisions, to make faster decisions and respond to problems more quickly, and to learn faster.
because you cannot design it up front, and that's what many companies don't understand. You have to become a learning organization that also changes itself from within. Otherwise, all the Agile and Scrum stuff will also not help you.
Holacracy has inbuilt inside of itself the ability to try something, and if it doesn't work, course correct. So that whole idea from the software world of Agile and so forth was to see that operationalized in a company so we could move fast, regroup fast, experiment, try things, learn from that, and then have that be such a quick turnaround in terms of how we navigated and course corrected about that. It's fabulous. Just fabulous stuff.